Good morning, everyone. This is T's Talk Time, and I'm your host, Teresa Smith. Today's episode will be entitled, When to Begin Saving for Retirement. You see, this episode was actually inspired by my nephew, who is not yet retirement age. In fact, he has a lot more years to go before he can even retire. We were sitting around and we were having a discussion about how to increase my audience, my listening audience. And he suggested that I reach out to those people who are still actually working and not yet retired by giving them some information about how to start saving for retirement while still working. So my answer to the question, when should I begin saving for retirement, is I say you should start saving as soon as you get your first real job. You see, for most people, that would be around the time they finish college or undergraduate studies. By then, you're about 20 years old and still single. You can save more of your pay because you're single and not married with children. Remember, at that time, there's a lot less mouths to feed. And according to an article I read on CNN Money site entitled Ultimate Guide to Retirement, When Should I Start Saving for Retirement? It said if you start at age 25 and put aside just $3,000 a year in a tax-deferred retirement account for 10 years, and then you stop saving completely, by the time you reach 65, your $30,000 investment will have grown to more than $338,000, assuming a 7% annual return, even though you didn't contribute a dime beyond age 35. Now, personally, I think that same tender age of 20 or 25 is a time to make other important choices about the kind of job you want. For instance, are you going to work in the private sector, or are you going to work for the city? Does the organization that you work for have a pension plan and good medical benefits? Are you investing in a 401k, TDA, IRA, Roth, or stocks and bonds, etc.? You should find out everything you can about each of these and how those monies are affected by the market going up and down. Even if you decide to become an entrepreneur, you have to create your own financial safety net for the future if you want to live comfortably in your retirement. What advice would you give to the youth of today about planning for retirement? Or for the new jacks, what questions do you have for us retirees about planning for retirement? If you'd like to message me about those two topics, remember that you can always send a voice message to me on Anchor if you sign in, or you can message me on Instagram at Teresa W. Smith 125, on Twitter at Teresa Whitaker S, capital T, capital W, capital S, on Pinterest at Teresa W. Smith 2019, and also find my MeWe page at https://mewe.com/I/Teresa Smith 31. So again, I'd like to thank my nephew who listens in every time I upload a podcast and who gives me suggestions and feedback feedback, every time I do a podcast. So thanks again for tuning in. And I hope the information that I shared today was helpful. And hopefully we'll talk next time.